The sun had just begun to dip behind the Georgia pines when I pulled into the driveway of my new home. It was quiet, almost too quiet. My name is Jeremiah King. I had just taken a rare weekend off to visit the colonial-style farmhouse I'd quietly purchased 3 weeks earlier, part of a plan I'd been building for years. A little land, a little peace, a lot of trees. No press, no fanfare, no security detail. Just me, my keys, and a duffel bag. As I stepped out of the black Escalade, I noticed the twitch of curtains across the road, then a porch light flicking on. It was subtle, but after decades in law enforcement, you learn the language of suspicion, and that neighborhood was speaking it loud. I didn't blame them, at first. A lone black man in a luxury SUV pulling into a rural neighborhood just south of Macon? I'd seen this script before, but I wasn't ready for how far they'd push it. I was barely unlocking the front door when I heard the crunch of tires on gravel. I turned. 2 squad cars. Red and blue lights flicked on, not flashing, just glowing like a warning. The first officer stepped out before the cruiser had even come to a full stop. He was young, nervous. The other, older, wore mirrored shades and a smirk that made my skin crawl. "Evening," the older one said. "We got a call about a break-in. Said someone was seen forcing the door." I held up my keys. "This is my home. License and ID?" "Sure." I handed them over. The younger cop stared at it, then blinked. "Sir, this ID says you're the director of the FBI?" I nodded once. "That's correct." The older cop let out a chuckle. "Cute trick. You print that online?" My eyes locked on his. "No, you can verify it on the federal website. I'd also suggest calling your sheriff's department before this goes further." "You people think you can scare us with federal badges?" he snapped, stepping closer. "You people." I clenched my jaw. "Officer, I'm asking you once, verify the ID." He didn't. Instead, he told me to turn around. I didn't. He drew his weapon. The younger officer hesitated. "Sarge, maybe we should—" "Shut it," the older one barked. "Put your hands on the hood, now." So I did. Hands flat, fingers spread. I had guns drawn on me in war zones, but never in my own front yard. They cuffed me, rough, threw me into the back of the squad car. The whole time, I watched the woman across the street recording on her iPhone. Good. I wanted this scene. They drove me 10 minutes into the county station, lights off, sirens off, trying to keep it quiet. Didn't know they were transporting the most powerful law enforcement official in the country. At the desk, the shift commander looked up and paled. "Director King?" I nodded. I didn't know you were in town, sir." "Clearly." He looked at the arresting officer, then back at me. "Uncuff him, now." But I wasn't done. I asked for the sheriff. When he arrived, face beet red and sweating, I laid it out for him in 10 quiet, ice-cold minutes. Illegal detainment, racial profiling, failure to verify identification, unlawful arrest, officer misconduct. I want the body cam footage by morning. Internal Affairs will be here by dawn. And when I leave this station, your department's under review." The sheriff stammered. "Sir, if we could just—" "You will address me as Director King." Then I walked out. But the story didn't stay inside that county. The woman's video, posted by dawn, went viral by lunch. Over 10 million views in 24 hours. Hashtag arrested the FBI trended nationwide. The footage from the body cam? Even worse. The officer openly mocking my credentials, ignoring the ID, calling me a wannabe thug with a prop. News anchors ran the story on a loop. The Department of Justice launched an immediate review. And I came back to that farmhouse the next weekend. This time with company. 6 black SUVs rolled in behind me. FBI agents, civil rights attorneys, 1 federal judge. We walked door to door, handing out forms, answering questions, asking for witness statements. Most neighbors apologized. A few cried. One man, a retired Vietnam vet, shook my hand with tears in his eyes. "I fought for this country, sir. I'm sorry it still treats you this way." I built more than fences that week. I built accountability. The sheriff resigned within the month. The older officer lost his badge. The younger one, I offered him a chance at redemption, retraining, under federal oversight. He took it. The station got new leadership. The town got new awareness. And I stayed, kept the farmhouse, planted a garden out front where locals now come by just to chat. And the sign on my gate, it reads, "This land is my land. This peace was earned, and no badge, no bias, no hate will take it from me again." Because the next time someone calls the cops on me for trespassing on my own property, they'll know exactly who they're messing with.